Oh my god, can you guys believe this? Twitter had another error in their system that resulted in a conservative voice getting deplatformed for a small amount of time. I know, right? You're thinking, oh boy, Twitter's just at it again. They just have another little glitch in their algorithm, and thank God they got right on this. I think we'd be here until the end of the month if we keep listing the amount of people who, in error, find themselves locked out of their Twitter account. Oh no, yeah, you post something remotely controversial, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, you get suspended. Oh, why is that? Oh, I'm sorry. Don't bring it up again. That was just an error, and that's what they did here. Twitter locked the account of the National File, a conservative-leaning news website. I've used them as a source a couple of times. I like them. Okay, and if you guys are doing your own research on different topics, I would recommend them. It's a pretty standard BoomerCon take on things, but they're normally pretty good. They're normally pretty good. After it reported on a tweet from a woman who claimed her 13-year-old nephew died after receiving the poke from Pfizer. Great. And not that poke from Pfizer. Not the one that comes in a little blue pill. Spokesperson from Twitter confirmed to news outlets it locked the National Files account for 12 hours in error. Again, an error? Are you fucking kidding me? The account has since been reinstated, but the outlet has now said the social media giant has now suspended reporter Jack Hadfield for celebrating Twitter's decision to reverse the suspension of the publication. Let's see if this amends this, but it looks like Hadfield's account is reinstated after suspended in error once again. According to the National File, the report that triggered the action from Twitter included a claim from a woman, Tammy Burgess, sure, who said her nephew died after getting an oil change. Our family is devastated. I struggled with putting this out on Twitter. I am pro-vaccine. We vaccinated our own 14-year-old son as soon as it was available. I know it is the mostly safe asterisk, but Jacob is dead now. Well, what could have possibly happened? She already conceded it's mostly safe. She wrote in a now-deleted tweet. It's funny, was her account suspended? The World Health Organization's website guidance for vaccines stipulates that most COVID-19 vaccines should not be given to children. Although an advisory panel in June gave them the green light to administer Pfizer's vaccine to children aged 12 years and older. There you go. That's the updated guidelines for the WHO. I have my opinions, but I'm not a medical professional. I just mindlessly follow what the WHO says because I like to stay up on the largest platforms. Read between the lines. The spokesperson for WHO told Epoch Times on Tuesday that more evidence is needed on the use of the different COVID-19 vaccines in children to be able to make general recommendations on vaccinating children against COVID-19. Whatever. Vaccine trials for children are ongoing, and WHO will update its recommendations when evidence or epidemiological situations warrant a change in policy. Sure, bro, I believe everything that you have to say. But now the people are kind of going back to life because all these vaccines are working 100%. There's nothing to see here. A lot of people are just, finally returning back to work. A lot more traffic on the road. Restrictions up here in Alberta allegedly are going to be dropped on July 1st on Canada Day. I wouldn't hold my breath, but that's tentatively on the books right now. And then you got a whole host of states that are either free, significantly dropped their restrictions, or at least on the cusp of it. There's only like a few different states out there with even some restrictions on the books, but most people are back to 2019-esque life. Not quite the same because there's still going to be those Karens and worrywarts out there and, well, to be honest, lazy motherfuckers that just don't want to go back to work. Kind of like what we're seeing right now in Indiana. I'm not going back to work. Indiana residents file lawsuits after governor ends unemployment benefits. This is going to link back. Just follow me for a second because I got a take on this. Several Indiana residents filed a lawsuit against the state government after Governor Eric Holcomb, a Republican, it's Indiana, I think everybody kind of figured that out, but clarify. Last month announced Indiana would pull out of the federal government's COVID-19 unemployment plan, as is their right due to the wonderful states' rights amendment. The lawsuit, which was filed last week, seeks to enforce Indiana to return to a $300 per week program, which was started in the end of September. Holcomb, a Republican, said he made the decision in a bid to motivate unemployed people into finding work amid reports of staffing shortages nationwide. A whole bunch of those are happening, and there's good work out there to be found if you are just looking. It's not black and white. Sharon Singer, man. One of the plaintiffs told the Indianapolis Star, everybody's story is not the same. I'm not going back to work. Not at the risk of my son's life. Well, you shouldn't send your son to work. Oh my God, that's terrible. I think that they have laws in the books to prevent child labor. Anyways, the Singer man, sure, added that after the government's decision removing the extra unemployment benefits, we'll have to decide which utility bill to pay. Okay, but you're not going back to work, but you still want free money. I'm don't know what's going on here. Which household items to let go of? Yeah, you should probably just do that, or move to a place that's more affordable, or you're just really lazy and you don't like the fact that your free shit is drying up. And we'll have to change what kind of shampoo we use, what kind of toilet paper we use. I'm sure you're that poor. Another plaintiff, Reverend David Green, president of the Concerned Clergy of Indianapolis, alleged his community is dealing with enough stress and trauma. But not you, though. I'm sure you were probably one of those fucking pussy-whipped pastors out there that wouldn't hold any in-person congregations because you was a big scary type and you didn't want to face any backlash. The lawsuit was filed on June 17th by the Macy, Swanson, Hicks, and Sawyer law firm, Ambulance Chasers Incorporated, in the Marion County Superior Court. The suit argued that Indiana law requires the state to procure federal insurance benefits to its residents and said Holcomb's actions would hurt thousands of people. Oh, that's a big ask. That's a big ask, and I like the way that's phrased. These benefits have provided life-sustaining. It's $300 a month. $300 a month. And crucial assistance to many Hoosiers during the pandemic. Well, it's almost over, so what are you going to do now? Are you just going to shift the goalposts, or are you going to say, oh, racism is a big national health problem, and therefore we're still living in a pandemic, so Gibbs me? John Larimore, executive director of Indiana Legal Services, said in a statement to the Associated Press, the legislature passed a law creating the right to these benefits. Stop talking about rights and start talking about responsibilities. Tell these fucking losers to get back to work. And we're asking Governor Holcomb to follow the law. Really, huh? Because I kind of think that there's probably a backdoor to this and it wasn't supposed to be in place forever and ever and ever. However, the governor's office, in a statement to media outlets last week, said that it's working with Federal Department of Labor to end the program. Indiana's Department of Workforce Department, had timely notified impacted claimants about their state's withdrawal from the federal programs and continues to connect impacted Hoosiers with the resources they need to gain skills and be matched with employment. Cool, so they're going to help them get back, but because somebody just wants to be a fucking professional couch potato and they want to be paid $300 additional on top of MASM benefits, that's all of a sudden going to lead to people switching from fucking, quilted toilet paper to the fucking one-ply? Give me a break. Dozens of GOP-led states in recent weeks have pulled out a federal benefits program, which was passed for the first time under the CARES Act in March 2020, with officials arguing that businesses cannot find employees to hire. Yeah, imagine that. If you're going to be paid more, literally, if additional money is going to be given to you in order to be on the government tit, who would ever make that concession? It literally makes no sense. It's a bad business decision. If the government is going to be paying you hundreds of dollars more per month to not work, why would you go back to work? As Alabama's economy continues to recover, I thought we were talking about Indiana. What the fuck? We are hearing from more and more business owners and employers that it is increasingly difficult to find workers and fill available jobs, and even though job openings are abundant, said Governor Kay Ivey last month in announcing her administration would leave the program. Like I said, I think this lawsuit is a great idea. It'll go ahead and it'll put the idea of how dangerous this pandemic really is. It'll put it in front of a court. Okay, if it's so dangerous that the Singer man can't go back to work because my son's going to die or some dumb shit like that, it's going to put that question to the Superior Court. Okay, if it's so dangerous that people need to be paid, why is it that people are still going back to work? That if it's so dangerous to go out there, why are other people going back to work? Why are other people in similar situations finding the means in which to pay their bills to make sure that they don't have to switch to fucking 25-watt light bulbs in order to save a couple of pennies? Good, go ahead. Waste everybody's money with this fucking lawsuit, just so at the end of the day it can prove that you're really just not really scared of anything. Because hey, I've been told by the WHO and the CDC and every other governing body out there that vaccines are safe and effective, and if you would just follow the science you wouldn't have anything to fear, right? Just don't think about it, bro. Anyways, guys, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Catch y'all later.